Hello guys, welcome to FPL Corner on Football or Nothing, the first ever episode, and I'm your host for today. I'll be taking you on a ride, and we now have an FPL league where the winner at the end of the season would be given a prize. But stay tuned to get the code. We'll be reviewing my team, my transfer plan, the possible replacement for Wissa, injury update on injured players, and lots more. So to start with, let's go to how bad I did last game week. Last game week was a very bad week for almost everyone. It was a game week where my goalkeeper and my striker had to get my team through. I had 57 points. That's 5 points above the 6 points above the average. And Raya came through with 9 points. Pedoporo 2 points. Livramento 2 points. Bejo Van Dijk 2 points. And the elephant in the room has been Morgan Rogers, and I think we'll go to that also. And then Haaland, of course, the robot who took us through the game week. Reviewing my team, I would want to share with you my transfer plan. I've already made a boring transfer basically, and I had Bako, who was at Brighton, who left on loan to Sevilla on the bench, and I brought him in for Robertson of Fulham because I had about 0.9 million left in the bank. But right now, this is how my team is shaping up going into game week 5. I'm having Raya against Man City, and then Arsenal is coming up against Man City. Arsenal's away from this season has been not this season, this year. They've considered just 3 goals away from home, but then again, it is Man City. They're coming up against the almighty Man City, and it's just one game week. I can't go into panic taking my goalkeeper out just because of the Man City game. So I will stick with Raya for Man City. Tottenham at home against Brentford. Do I expect them to keep a clean sheet with that line? Obviously not, but I'll be sticking with Pedoporo this week. And then Livramento away against Fulham. It seems Trippier has been dropped by Eddie Howe, so I would still bank on that. And then would Liverpool want to give a response against the high-flying Bournemouth side after their defeat at Nottingham Forest last week? But for sure, I expect a clean sheet from Virgil van Dijk. I do expect a clean sheet from Virgil van Dijk, and I won't take him out. So I'll be sticking with him. And then Salah, obviously. If you've been playing FPL for long, for the OGs here, you would understand and you would know the Bournemouth nightmare with Salah. There was a feature where Liverpool won Bournemouth 9-0, and Salah was not on the score sheet. No. Was he on the assist sheet? There was 0 return from Salah for that game week. So Anthony Gordon is pretty much straightforward with Isak injured, and from Media's press conference as at the time recording, it sounded like someone who might want to try Gordon as their striker. So I'm sticking with Gordon. Palmer, of course, is the ice cold Palmer. What else can we say? Now, the major elephant in the room has been Morgan Rogers. He has been an aesthetic player with no points return. And a lot of people are thinking of getting him out of their team, and all of that. For me, I'll be sticking with him for just one more game week. And I feel like it's also a risk because Aston Villa are now in the Champions League and a whole lot of competitions coming in. They have to play with three days. He started the Champions League game, of course, and people who watched the game said he did very well. He had a very good performance, but at the end of the day, FPL is not just about your performance; it's about what you bring to the table. And I think I would want to risk him for one more game week. So I'm sticking to that. And of course, the guy who I call Amapiano, Man United boy Amadialo, I'm sticking with him. It's pretty much straightforward because right now the right wing spot seems nailed on back for him. Don't get carried away by Anthony's performance. It was just Barnsley. So I'm sticking with Amadialo and the robot up front. And now with João Pedro. With João Pedro, as at the time recording, the Brighton manager said he will be training today, because he did not start their League Cup game during the midweek. So I expect him to be fit for Nottingham Forest. I expect him to be fit. And I likely expect a return after being dropped and all of that. And then Haaland against the Arsenal defense. This is where it gets skeptical in terms of my captain choice, because so far Haaland has not done well coming up against Saliba and Gabriel. And there have been question marks over Arsenal and then Man City pictures and how Arsenal defense will be able to cope with Man City. But like I said earlier, away from home this season, Arsenal form has been great away from home. They've conceded 3 goals this year just away from home. And Haaland, would you expect an Haaland hat-trick against Arsenal? There's a 30% chance it might happen, and there's a 70% chance it might not happen. But for me to be on the safe side, I'll be going with Mo Salah as my captain. So my captain option is going for basically Mohamed Salah. My dad is my captain option, and for this game week, Vardy Robertson I'm bringing in, which is my bench option. I'm not bringing in anyone again. I'm not just bringing in anyone. I'm just bringing in Robinson. I call it a boring transfer. Maybe in the long run, which I believe in the long run would go well for me. People are planning to wild card at game week 6, game week 7. I don't think I might go through that route because I feel my team and the fact that I'm rolling a free transfer puts me in a stronger position not to wild card for game week 6. But by game week 6, we'll talk about the wild card options. So for those who have Wissa, he's now injured and he will be out for a while. Here are the possible replacement for Wissa. You can go for Calvert-Lewin of Everton, who has 2 goals this season from 1.1 xg, 6 attempts, and he has 15 touches in the opponent box. So you might want to go through that route. For Everton so far, I've not really been convincing, and those 2 goals can be skeptical about it. Then you can go for the man, the OG before IG, Jimmy Vardy, with 1.4 expected goal and 2 goals from 3 attempts and 9 touches from the opponent box. That says a lot about how clinical he has been with the little chances he has been getting for Leicester. And you can go for Chris Wood of Nottingham Forest. Of course, he would always start. These are players with no minute risk. He would always start. And so far, he has 2 goals as well. He has 1.5 expected goal from 10 shots, from 10 attempts, and he has 14 touches on the opponent box. So if you own Wissa and you're being skeptical about what to do, you can go in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you can go in for Chris Wood, you can go in for Jimmy Vardy. But the thing with FPL is I do actually advise people to go with your heart. Just stick with what your mind tells you, and that way it would be safer for you to be responsible for your own decision. Injury updates. As at the time recording, there's a rumor going around. I can't confirm if it's from the manager, but we are hearing Allison has picked up an hamstring injury and he will not be available. He might not be available for the game. So if you're an Allison owner, you should be looking towards different routes. There are many decent goalkeepers options you can also go through. You should be looking towards a different route at the moment. And then for Isak, it's obvious he's out for this game week, so you need to look for an option. And there are many but few options you can actually go through for Isak. And then we have KDB. Now, the thing with Guardiola is you don't really know what to expect. It's like Eddie Howe. They don't go straight forward with their answer. It sounds like he might be fit for the Arsenal game. He might play for the Arsenal game. Not might be fit, might play for the Arsenal game. But from reports we got yesterday from the media, it was he will be out for a few weeks. So for the safer route, I would just advise you to go for the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who has been decent for Man United so far. He has been instrumental for Man United so far, or you can go in for a Bukayo Saka. Although he's coming up against a City side, but you can also go in for a Cole Palmer. That is if you don't have them already. And then that's pretty much of it. For those that stick around till now, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, as we'll be coming up more often with our FPL content. And the FPL League code is JROZKU7. JROZKU7. And that is all pretty much we have to say so far on the FPL corner on Football or Nothing. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching us. Thank you. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe with family and friends. You're welcome.